Dante isn't just a stylish guy with a giant sword and a razor-sharp wit. He's a symbol of strength, loss, sarcasm, and redemption. But what would it actually take to live like him? As insane as it sounds, today we're going to break that down with both feet planted in reality. We're talking science, mythology, human psychology, and even a bit of business strategy. And by the end, we'll dive into the hidden mythological references in Devil May Cry that you might have never noticed. So drop a like and hit that subscribe button, because today we're finding out if you could survive being Dante from Devil May Cry. Let's start with something that sounds simple, but would be a financial nightmare: keeping the Devil May Cry shop running. In the game, Dante's store is his HQ. In real life, it'd be a money pit. Think about it. Dante offers a high-risk service that's nearly impossible to prove. Demon extermination? That wouldn't even make it past a local business office, let alone Yelp. Paranormal services like ghost hunting already face serious skepticism. A 2021 Pew Research study found that only 17% of Americans firmly believe in ghosts. Now, imagine how many would believe in full-on horned demons with a body count. And even if people did believe, the costs would be brutal. Let's crunch some numbers. The average rent for a small commercial property in a city like New York? Around $5,000 a month. Add electricity, water, maintenance, and let's not forget magical weapon upkeep, which, let's be honest, has no real-world supply chain. And you're looking at monthly overheads of $10,000 to $15,000 minimum, all for a shop that rarely sees paying customers. Then there's the weapon issue. In the real world, carrying around swords, pistols, and demonic cannons would be straight up illegal in most countries. In the US, for example, carrying a firearm without a license is already a felony. Now, try explaining a 5-foot-long shape-shifting demon sword that glows. And of course, no insurance company covers damages caused by infernal possession. So Dante would be paying out of pocket every time a demon throws a car through his front window. At the end of the day, Devil May Cry isn't a business, it's a memorial, a personal act of resistance from Dante, a way to hold on to what he's lost. The shop doesn't stand because it's profitable, it stands because it gives him purpose. Now, let's talk about the physical side. The real question: could a human being actually fight like Dante? Spoiler: absolutely not. Here's why. Dante pulls off insane acrobatics, multiple flips, mid-air spins, heavy weapon juggling. Just doing a clean jump, spin, and landing takes enormous strength in your legs and core. A trained athlete's average vertical jump is about 24 inches. Dante does that while twisting, flipping, shooting, and sometimes flying backwards. And then there's rebellion. In real life, a sword that size would be roughly 5 feet long and weigh up to 20 pounds. Now, imagine swinging that one-handed for hours. Even medieval warriors, who trained from childhood, used swords that maxed out at 6 to 7 pounds, and they needed both hands. Dante's energy output is on another level. Intense hand-to-hand combat can burn 600 to 900 calories per hour for a regular human. But Dante fights non-stop for hours at high speed, often mid-air. That's a calorie burn of roughly 1,500 to 2,000 calories per hour. Basically, running a marathon in every boss fight. You'd need demon protein smoothies just to survive. And here's the wildest part: he never suffers serious injuries. But, according to the British Journal of Sports Medicine, elite athletes average one injury in every 200 hours of intense training. With Dante's level of impact, a human would be seriously injured every 15 minutes. The only explanation: the devil trigger. That mode literally transforms Dante's body, regenerating damage, boosting power and speed, and ignoring physical limits. It's the gamer version of the mythological Berserker mode. Without it, any human body would collapse. But what about the mind? Dante acts like the most chill guy ever, cracking jokes, eating pizza, tossing out one-liners no matter the danger. But let's be real, that's emotional defense 101. He lost his mother in a brutal attack, thought his brother was dead for years, lived surrounded by demons. That's trauma layered on trauma. According to the American Psychological Association, repeated trauma, especially in childhood or adolescence, makes you 3 to 5 times more likely to develop PTSD. And here's the kicker, he's alone. Even when he interacts with characters like Trish or Lady, he keeps his emotional distance. That's classic behavior for someone afraid to form bonds only to lose them again. Then there's the humor. Soldiers, combat medics, even firefighters use humor in high-stress situations. A study in Frontiers in Psychology found that humor in extreme environments increases psychological resilience by up to 38%. Dante lives in that headspace 24/7. But the cracks show he avoids emotional intimacy, acts like he doesn't care, uses combat as a distraction. In psychology, that's a classic sign of existential burnout. In the end, Dante is a survivor, but he's not untouched. He's just learned how to turn pain into sarcasm and loss into purpose. Now, for the subtle but maybe most fascinating part of Devil May Cry, its mythological foundation. Because it's not just flashy action, it's ancient symbolism wrapped in red leather and electric guitars. Let's start with the name, Dante, a direct nod to Dante Alighieri, author of the Divine Comedy. In that story, Dante is guided through hell by Virgil. Sound familiar? In the game, that relationship is flipped. Virgil and Dante are rival brothers, torn between power and humanity. Their father, Sparta, is the archetypical fallen angel, but unlike Lucifer, he rebels against evil. He's closer to Prometheus, who defied the gods to help humanity. Sparta is a tragic, messianic figure, a demon who chooses good. Mundus, the villain, is a representation of the world as total control, divine oppression, not justice. He's like Cronus, or Yaldabaoth in Gnostic myth, the false god who rules through fear. The devil's arms? They're literal mythic relics. Each has a name, a story, a unique energy. The rebellion sword symbolizes resistance and free will. Ebony and ivory represent duality, black and white, chaos and order, good and evil. And the devil trigger? That's straight mythology. It's the hidden divine self unleashed, like Hercules revealing his godhood, or even the demon of Socrates, an inner spirit that guides and empowers. In Dante's case, that inner spirit is literally demonic. The game even leans into the wounded hero archetype. Dante isn't chosen by fate, he's shaped by suffering. He doesn't chase power for ambition, but out of necessity. That's like Odin sacrificing himself for wisdom, or Karna from the Mahabharata, a tragic hero who fights knowing he's doomed. And of course, the female characters are mythic too. Trish is modeled after Dante's mother, like Persephone or Eurydice, women tied to the underworld in the hero's rebirth. In the end, Devil May Cry isn't just a hack and slash. It's a modern remix of ancient myth, designed for a generation raised on bullet time and metal riffs. Living like Dante? Impossible. The world isn't ready for a business like Devil May Cry. Our bodies wouldn't survive his fighting style, and our minds would crack under the weight of his trauma. But That's exactly what makes Dante legendary. He's the result of ancient myths, deep psychology, and the over-the-top energy of a caffeinated anime. A chaotic blend that still captivates fans to this day. And now that you know where each piece of his story comes from, it's easier to see why Dante is one of the richest, most symbolic characters in all of pop culture. If you liked this breakdown and want more videos exploring the science behind your favorite characters, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment telling us which mythological reference in Devil May Cry surprised you the most.